Hi, friends. I am Louise Weiss. I am standing in for Denny Grimes. Denny is changing worlds out there. And until he arrives, welcome, Don. Until Denny arrives, Don and I will be your co-host today. And Don, do you have a topic prepared? If not, I'll open it up and ask what people would like to address. And you're on mute. That
Let's
darn
open
mute button is sticky, isn't
let's
it?
open it up to them.
Okay. Okay. So, friends, what have you encountered recently that you would like to address, or what have you not encountered that you would like to address? How can Don and I make this a win for you today? Hi, Susan.
Paulina in a baseball hat. You can't be silent.
Okay, guys. No one
All
is
right.
talking now with suggestions.
Let's do
Um,
the fee objection. I think we all could benefit from that, especially now.
okay. Which objection is that?
The fee objection?
I didn't understand. The
I
fee?
don't either.
Yes.
Compensation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I haven't encountered that personally.
I didn't
Oh,
hear it. I'm sorry.
The compensation
okay.
fee.
The fee objection.
Oh, the fee objection. Okay. All right. I got the Brady Bunch here. I see. All right, Paulina and Maria with the you don't have the same baseball hats on though. You can't fake me out that badly.
I couldn't find it this morning. I had to wear a different one.
It's okay.
And Lupita, I see your post. After we handle or address the fee, the compensation objection, we will then address Lupita's, um, I don't know if she has an objection or just a situation, a scenario that she would like to be prepared for.
It
It's,
will, I'm sorry.
oh,
Just
please.
probably it will be a situation because it was a FSBO
Hmm.
and he said he was a retired agent and he has a lot of agents friends and he's thinking to list at MLS for a flat fee. It's like a kind of I've been heard about that. So just I would like to learn how to handle that. I don't
Okay.
know.
So I'm going to post in the chat the objection. Uh, Hold on. The objection, let me look at it. I have it here.
Okay, so you went to see or you called a buy owner and they're saying they're gonna go to a flat fee. Is that right, Lupita? You can come off mute.
The
Thank you.
objection model I've just posted, guys.
Thank you. He said he's going to publish at MLS probably within 2 weeks, and he's going to ask the favor for another active agent to do it. So, and I asked him to be in touch, and he said no because he has a lot of friends. So,
Okay, so he's got a lot of friends that are real estate agents.
yes.
Okay, to which I agree with Matt. Well, gosh, sir, if you didn't have a lot of friends that were real estate agents, there's a high probability you don't have many friends at all. So, you know, and the other one, it never said this on Recon, Louise. I said it the other day to somebody, and you got to be, you got to be in the right conversation, right? You know what, right? When it's appropriate. I said, you know, Lapita, in Arizona, in Scottsdale, when the police pull you over, they don't ask you for your license and registration, driver's license. They ask you for your real estate license because everybody's got one of those. And it's just kind of a ha ha ha, you know. Anyway,
Icebreaker. Here's something that I say when someone tells me that they have friends who are agents. I say, well, that should make this decision so much easier because I'm sure you don't want to upset any of your friends.
write that one down. That's good. And then, okay, so you got that off the table. so then you got to go back into, and Louise, feel free to jump in. Then Lupita, you want to go back into, we've acknowledged the fact they have a friend that has their license, or that they're going to list with a discount broker. Okay, great. So now we need to work on the isolation where we say, other than that, is there anything else that's stopping you from maybe even having a conversation with me? And maybe back up and say, gosh, how does that benefit you? Lupita, how does that benefit you by using your friend?
They are gonna charge me nothing for publishing at the MLS because they are my friends, so one of them will do it for sure.
Awesome. So one of your friends is going to do it basically for free.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How do you think that's going to benefit you? I'm just curious.
I think I'm gonna get like a more seriously exposure to serious buyer probably than that I have so far from Zillow because
Okay.
I am on Zillow now and I'm gonna move forward to MLS with a friend. So
Okay. So am I hearing it right that you're going to work with Zillow leads or buyer leads that you've got to give to your friend? Is that what I understand?
no, I'm sorry. So now I am on Zillow and I had 36 days on Zillow. So, and I have some traffic so far, but
Okay.
nothing serious. So,
All right.
and I'm gonna move to MLS to publish my property, but some friend who has a license is gonna publish my property at no
Awesome.
cost for me. So,
Okay. Have you ever done something, and great, hopefully that can work out for you. May I just play devil's advocate and ask you some honest questions? And if you don't like, are we face to face or are we over the phone?
it was over the phone.
Okay. And Lupita, if it doesn't make sense, you can hang up on me, and that's okay. Have you ever gotten anything for free before?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. If you had a bad toothache or a serious operation or had a big lawsuit, would you hire a discount doctor?
Uh, well, in the situation regarding my wellness or something more serious, I for sure I will pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, most people would. And again, I just want you to look at it from the standpoint of this is your wellness. This is your health. This is your financial health and wellness. And would it be possible just to even have that conversation that is it potential that if you pay someone like me or somebody else, you pay somebody to represent you, is there a possibility they could actually work better, harder, more professionally for you, and maybe put even more money in your pocket? Is that a possibility?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And again, I don't know if it'll work for you, and I don't know that I'm the right agent for you, but just wanted to ask you to look at it that somebody that's going to represent, and again, you may have a great friend and maybe they're a great agent. If they're doing it for free, is there a possibility they may miss something or not work as hard for you and end up costing you money? I'm just saying, is that a possibility?
Well, just please remind that I am a retired agent with 37 years of experience. So I think I know perfectly what next when my property come up to MLS. So
Okay. All right. Well, and if that doesn't work out, what would be your plan B?
I'm not sure so far. So I just moving forward with this plan from now. And I don't know.
Are you 100% committed to using your friend for free then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I certainly wish you the best of luck. And if it doesn't work out, you have my name and number. Feel free to give me a call. Okay.
Well, I don't want to waste your time. That was the
Right,
answer. Yes. Yeah. I
right.
don't want you waste your time or selling me your car because as I told you, I have a lot of agents friends and I know exactly with with to connect in order to make this. Uh
Awesome.
so
Great.
thank you for calling me.
I hope one of them can be of service to you, and I wish you the best of luck. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Well done, people.
Bye-bye.
Well done.
So
So
she
I have two
Lapita,
questions.
I'll just check in. I just determined, you're a suspect. You're not a prospect. So
Well, wait, I
maybe
have two questions. I don't know that we know that. My
okay.
questions are these. One, why are you selling? What is your motivation? And two, what is your timeline? And how long have you been on Zillow?
Sorry.
So, well, wait, before
I
you answer this
I
question,
miss I
ex
missed the first question, but I have 36 days on Zillow.
okay, oh, that's right, you did say that.
Mhm.
So we're gonna role play now with Maria. Is it Maria or Paulina? Maria, did you want to take it or Paulina?
I can turn my
Okay,
internal
so
map while he's
let's
not
try
here.
it again. Yes,
Lupita,
begin.
so you mentioned you have all these friends that are real estate agents, and like Don said, if you didn't have a friend who's in real estate, I would think you have no friends. How come you decided to go for sale by owner and not with any one of them?
Um, I'm gonna work with my prospect or suspect conversation. So, as I told you, I have 37 years of experience as an agent, and I am retired now. So I think I can handle it by myself, and just probably saving the commission. It will be my motivation to do that.
Mhm. I have no doubt you can sell it on your own, especially if you have 36 years of experience. What would be the benefit to you than hiring even one of your friends if you can do it on your own?
Well, knowing the process, how to do it, how to handle it with buyers, and mostly just in my experience. Yeah.
So outside of your experience, what would be the benefit to you with going with one of your friends?
Um, More money, probably,
hmm So if you were to go with one of your friends, you would get more money.
for sure. Yeah.
How?
Well, because they are offering me support, because we have a lot of years being friends, and they are gonna list my property at MLS, which I understand is a kind of more serious platform, my property to be showing to serious buyers, and they are gonna charge me nothing for that. So just because they know I have experience and I know how to handle my the process to selling my house.
hmm
I'm
And
gonna interject and ask, let's not forget to find out what the motivation is. If we don't know why someone wants to sell, we can encourage.
and Lupita, what's important about getting this place sold?
Well, regarding my experience, you could imagine that I am a certain age and I am kind of precisely like selling this property to buy another one more small.
hmm And outside of buying a smaller plot property, is there any other reason for you to sell?
Mm, that's it. Only because it's a huge property for us, so we need something more smaller. Yeah.
And what is your time frame? When are you planning to downsize?
Um, I not been thinking about a timeline because I have all the time to do it. So I am a retired, remember?
I see. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, Louise, then I would go back into she's saying that her friends would do it for free. I would say, what's in it for them if they're gonna do it for free? I don't know if it's the right approach, or would you dig more into what we're
I
having a
don't
conversation about now?
Yeah, I don't know that there is any one right approach. I believe that there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? May I hop in and we can just go around the way here. I kind of feel like Susan's addressed some for sale by owners too. Maybe we can pass the baton among us. Um, so Lupita, what's important about downsizing to you?
I'm sorry. Um, Save money with property maintenance, taxes, and everything else. So
Okay. Are there any other reasons other than saving the money with the maintenance and the property taxes, is there any other reason you would want to move into a smaller place?
no, just that organize my retirement and having a good life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what happens if you don't move out of here into a smaller place?
Well, actually, I am moving the price. I know I need to get pricing down because the property has been in on sale 37, 36 days, and I know I have to move the price, and I am thinking to do that in order to make this sale happen. Yeah, so sell my house happen. Yeah.
So I guess my question, or Lupita, can I share with you what concerns me about that?
Sorry, I don't understand what you say. So.
Can I share with you what concerns me about that?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you're doing this so you have more money for your retirement, and then in the next breath, you basically said you need to reduce the price, which seems like you would have less money for your retirement. Could it be possible, Lupita, that if you hired a professional like me or like Don or like Maria, that you could get a better outcome?
Well, as I told you, I appreciate your advice, but I have the experience to do it, so I don't think I needed any other agent to do it. So my experience is going to make it work.
Yeah. Well,
And what's the answer? I'm sorry.
yeah, with all due respect, you were experienced when you put this on Zillow, and today you still have that experience, but have you gotten the results you're looking for?
That was the answer for the person who I called. So
Yeah.
yeah, but as you are an agent and you know I was an agent, I understand those things happen. So I am relying on the process and just wait to I am doing what I can do according to my experience in order to make my property get sold. So yeah, I am relying in my experience and I understand how the market works in order to make a property sold. So I think I know exactly what I'm doing so far. Thank you so much for
Okay.
calling me. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I want to say, but I would not say, what I'm about to say to you, my friends, is I hear you saying that your experience and what has your experience gotten you? There's a nice way to say it. I don't have those nice words yet, but maybe Susan does.
How's it going so far, and how's that working out for you? And when is your deadline? I and I'll just jump back, and you guys have, yeah, there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. I would have said thank you 10 minutes ago, and I bet I would have talked to two more pit for sale buyers or more versus just chasing I'm not, yeah, I passed on this 10 minutes ago. The
And
motivations, it's just not there. And I would just say there's other motivated people. I can go knock on 10 doors and probably find somebody more motivated than Lupita at this point.
then
No,
as far as
Thanks
the
so much.
agent, as
no
far
offense.
as the agent friend that will list it for free, I think one of two things will happen. First of all, I have friends whose properties I list, they don't ask me to list it for free. and there is a fee, and they're very happy to pay the fee because they're very happy with the results that they get. They see the value that my team brings to them. So for an agent who basically who says that they will do it for free makes me question the value that they may or may not have. Right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you so much for guiding me with this kind of situation, because he was very strong with his position regarding his experience and his agents, environment friends. And yes, I just say thank you. And also I asked to send my business card, and he said, no, don't waste your time. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I have a
You know,
question for
we
you.
don't cut our own hair. Maybe I do. And a doctor doesn't take out his own appendix. So
onward, right? Onward.
anyway,
So
thank you so
Lupita,
much
if
for
I
your
were
help,
you,
guys.
thank
you
you.
spend so much time with this guy talking. This at some point, there's no convincing because their mind is already made up.
Right.
You just have to be brutal honest with them and say, "Hey, what's your objective here?" So, and then the mind, their decision is already made. They don't want to use any agent. They just want, right? So you have to make that decision, cut bait, and just move on to someone else, like Don was saying.
Agree.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for helping with this
Sure.
situation.
Sure. Hope it helps. Helps all of us. Thank you.
I'd like
Paulina's
to
hand
make
is
sure
still up.
I'd like to make sure we address the compensation fee. So maybe that can be our next scenario. And I see Paulina's hand is up. Paulina, what would you like to share?
I was just gonna say, when Lupita said, I know the market and I'm just gonna lower the price and I'm gonna get the property sold. I think at that point, when I would hear that, I would say, well, how certain are you that by just reducing the price, you're gonna get the property sold? Because it's easy to get the property.
How low are you prepared? How low are you prepared to reduce your price to get the property sold? Right?
Yes, and then once you get it under contract, how certain are you that your friend is gonna negotiate in your best interest? If right now they gave you their shirt, their shoes, and their pants.
Yeah. What's left to give, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt's here. Hey, Hey, Matt. Welcome. Matt, before we continue with what we were doing, we had a request at the very, very beginning about your podcast. Would you like to tell us how to listen to your podcast?
Well, I haven't. I have a podcast that we're going to start for real estate, but I don't have a coaching podcast per se, if that's what they're asking.
Well, let's ask. Kevin Dolan is the person who is interested in your podcast. I think we're all interested in your podcast. Big Kevin Dolan asked today.
Yeah. Well, he emailed me. I'll get him some information out. We are going to start. We're rolling out a new podcast here in a little bit. And so we'll be putting out that type of content, and I'll get him the link to that. But I haven't had a formal podcast where it's like coaching related. I have a bodybuilding one, but I don't think anybody be interested in that.
Well, I don't know if it was coaching related or real estate related, but I would be interested in anything real estate related for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I'll get everybody. I'll circulate it because we're going to be starting it very, very soon.
Okay. All right. So Matt, before you joined, and welcome, we addressed a scenario that Lupita has. She had a conversation with a for sale by owner on Zillow, who is a retired agent who has 37 years of experience, and it's been on the market for 37 days. I might have the numbers off.
Okay.
And he's prepared to list the property with an agent friend. He has many of those. An agent friend who said they will list it for free on the MLS. So we determined between the scenario that Don and Maria and I had with Lupita role playing, we determined that he is suspect, and Onward was our next.
Yeah. When they're it always goes back to the three things, right? Why are they doing it? When do they need to do it by? What happens if they don't? And typically what I've noticed with for sale by owners, especially, or or situations like that, the if it doesn't sell, what next tends to be nothing. And if that's the case, that's not necessarily somebody I want to work with. So and the only way they'll do business with you, and I've said this before, is if you do it for nothing and you do everything they ask. In other words, nowhere in there do they include what the market says. It's, well, if you do it for free and you do anything I ask, those are the people that want 175 open houses and blame you when it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
I'd rather find somebody that needs the help.
Yep.
Before we dive into the compensation fee scenario that Maria requested, I'd like to just point out, coincidentally, there is a for sale by owner with his home on Zillow for 4 to 5 months that called me yesterday to have conversations about listing it, or no, 2 days ago. And then I previewed the property yesterday. The condition that he described to me on the phone of his property and the condition that I observed did not match.
Right. Never does.
Yeah. And of course, I did like some very light research, and I performed it's a condominium. I performed a sales history of the complex. The last sale in there was December of 24 for 255. And the market has not improved. It has not balanced, actually declined since then. This property has been on Zillow for 374.
Right.
He doesn't know why it hasn't sold. So I texted him around lunch saying, hey, I toured your property and I would like to discuss with you this afternoon. Are you available around 2:30 or 3? And he replied that we will talk. So the conversation I'm going to have with him is information he probably does not want to hear, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be kind. And he truly intends to sell it. Let him know what seems like a reasonable range to sell it in. Oh, by the way, when he acquired the property, it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, and he remodeled it 20 years ago and converted it to 1 bathroom. So he did not do himself any favors. Yeah, and on the that he advertises 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yeah. Well, that's probably because when he puts it into Zillow, it auto populates as a 2-bed, 2-bath. And he probably wrote, he's probably wrote it in the description, and then his justification is going to be, well, I could always convert it back.
It has 1 toilet. In my mind, that's 1 bathroom.
Yeah. It's nonsensical. You can keep those conversations really concise. I'd just get on the phone. Hey, Steve or whoever, can I ask you I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being brutally honest, how honest would you like me to be with you on this call? And if he says 10, say, okay, well then we'll keep this very truncated. I know why your property hasn't sold. And I can save you countless hours of trying to figure out why it is, and 1,000 conversations with realtors.
Where did you get Matt? Did we lose Matt? Let's see.
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, I guess that's how he's saving 1,000 conversations.
There he is.
Okay.
Somebody
So
else.
Matt will return, I am sure. And waiting for Matt to return, let's talk about the compensation objection.
Thank you, Louise, for speaking up for me to Matt. Thank you.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Okay. So Maria, do you have a scenario you'd like to role play, or would you like to talk about it and then create a role play?
You can just do the simple one. You
Oh, here
like,
we go. Hey, Matt, welcome back. Matt, welcome back. Is that how you save countless hours? You just get off the call?
Yeah.
Just hang
I
up.
just hang up. I said I got a great way to save you some time. My phone slid off my dashboard and hung up because I'm keeping it in front of the air conditioning vent so it doesn't overheat, because it tends to overheat if I'm trying to stream. But anyway, say hey,
Just
I'll
for clarification, you're not driving on 75. You're in a safe space.
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But yeah, I would just say I can save you countless hours and thousands of conversations with other realtors trying to figure this out. You got a few numbers wrong, and we can start with the first.
Yeah.
Just keep it really simple. And if they ask for brutal honesty, that's all you have to say.
Yes. Yes. And we got their permission, right? We get their permission to give them.
Yeah. On a scale 1 to 10, with 10 being brutally honest, how honest would you like me to be with you on this call?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want a 10? Fantastic. All right, so what I'm going to get right to the point. I know exactly why your property hasn't sold. I'll save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache talking to other realtors, figuring this out. You got a few numbers wrong in what you're asking for the property. And I would highly recommend you start by changing the first.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to do that.
That tells me that you don't want to sell.
You're asking me to go from 295, what was it, three down
Yes.
to 2?
Right. Yeah. Well, what will you do if that's what the market will bear?
Oh.
But in a good way.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I got to go fix my macaroni and cheese. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. But you can't lose anything you never had, guys.
Right.
If they want to ride the crazy train, that does not mean that you have to buy a ticket and ride it with them.
See you later. Enjoy the trip.
Yeah. I mean, I see there's a guy in a neighborhood around the corner. Oh no, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm driving through no man's land. I'm actually just north of Denny, ironically enough. But yeah, there's a guy right around the corner from me who's been listed forever and ever, and he doesn't care if he sells. Move on to the next person.
Next.
That's it.
And the famous words of one of my past coaches, David Long, who is an amazing coach. I think, Matt, you know him too, right?
I think so, yeah.
He was a coach years ago with Mike Ferry. So that's
Yes.
I've known David for 30 years.
He is so on top of it. He said, Louise, an overpriced listing does no one any good. And then he went down the stakeholders that it does no one good for. It doesn't do the seller any good. It doesn't do any good. And he went on and on and on. And he is so right, because even if we listed and the seller says they understand it will not sell, you are spending so much time on that.
Well, what have I talked about before? People with unmet expectations cost you your time, your money, your peace, and relationships.
I'm writing that one down.
Yep.
Yeah. People with unmet expectations cost you your time, your money, your peace, meaning your mental peace, and your relationships. Maybe not right now, but at some point they will. So I will never, that's why I've always said, and even right now, my book of business is not that big right now. But why? I've canceled every appointment. This is the first appointment where I met with somebody in face this year. I've canceled every single appointment I've scheduled this year because every single seller that I set an appointment with, when it comes down to what they're hoping to sell their property for, they want far too much money. Far too much money.
Do that. Start that.
Kevin, I'm going to
Kevin,
mute Denny.
Sorry.
Yeah. And Matt, I will say, you said that a couple of months ago, and I wrote that down, and that I listed my lenders house for sale.
I already looked him up. I love the house, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it backs to it sides to a busy road. It's a beautiful house. The towers for the electrical are right in the side. As you drive up to the house, you cannot miss them.
Right.
It's a beautiful house. Anyway, I took the listing at 2.8. He turned down an offer to like 2.4 early on. We really didn't know the market, and he wasn't going to take that, obviously. And he went to 2.7, and then in December he says, "Well, I'm going to drop it 100,000 to 2.6," and because you said that, I had already spent a lot of time. I'd spent some money, my mental peace. I was having success in other areas where I was selling homes like they weren't 2.5 million, but I would sell 2 homes that were worth 2.5 million, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, how about you show me some love?" And that's when our long-term relationship started to suffer. And he finally said, "Well, Don, don't you want this listing?" And this is after 9 months. I said, "At 2.6, no, I'm not helping you.
Right.
I'm not helping you."
Yeah, I'm not. I am hurting you. I'm not helping you.
And it hurt the relationship, a long-time relationship. We're okay now, and we made up when I said, "You know what? I'm glad I no longer have that pressure of trying to help you. So feel free to hire anybody else you want. And I hope to dear God you get it, but let's stay friends." And it's, the relationship is now back to it's okay. He's still my lender, but I don't want the house. And I'm the second. The first agent that he had a couple of years ago was his best man at his wedding. So it's the house. It's not the agent. So
and then when they say, "Don't you want my listing?" Yeah, I do. If you're willing, right? If you're willing to do what the market says we need to do to sell it.
And he wouldn't listen to the market, and it was all chasing the next silver spoon marketing idea. And but that time, money, mental peace, and relationships. That was really the first time, ladies and gentlemen, with a good friend that occurred. It was a good lesson for me, and thank you.
And I've learned that lesson over and over and over again. And so finally, I've said it 100 times. I would rather have 0 listings, guys, and I mean that. I've had 0 listings recently. I would rather have 0 listings than any that will not sell, because I'm going to have those same stupid conversations every single week when I could be. Remember, every listing appointment. I'm caveating for a second. Every appointment you go on is at least 5 hours of your time, guys. Think about that.
Yep.
So every listing appointment you go on with a seller that has complete unmet expectations about the market and what they want, that's 5 hours you are never getting back. Wouldn't you rather just make 5 more hours of phone calls finding somebody that needs your goddamn, excuse my French, your help? Like,
or with people that you love, like your wife, your son, Matt.
Yeah, guys, and hear me out. Hear me out for a second while I riff this. I understand that a lot of you are not. I'm not making allegations or insinuations, but I understand that a lot of realtors are feast or famine right now, and they're starving. But I promise you that taking an overpriced listing from somebody that has complete unmet expectations isn't going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve your problem, because you start spending time and money the second they say yes.
It will compound your problem.
It will make your problems worse. So the scarcity you feel, oh God, I'd rather have some listing. No, I promise you. A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A brilliant man learns from the mistakes of others. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from Don's mistakes. God, I don't want your listing if you're not willing to listen to the market. Now, if you want to fish for a little bit, I'm okay with that. Like Don's lender. If Don's lender would have and I'm not saying Don didn't set the expectations correctly, but if Don set the expectation and said, "Yeah, we can try that under one condition," in X amount of time or X amount of we don't have offers, we reposition to more fairly reflect the market's expectations, and I'm not going to fight you over it. So if they want to fish, we fish with them, but we draw the parameters into which we stop fishing and we start catching.
You set expectations.
Cut the line.
Yep.
The beginning of our listing presentation, and this has not changed in years. It lists 3 goals for our meeting today. The very first thing is we will review the motivation to sell the we will review your motivation to sell the property now and agree on a price that will cause it to sell.
Yep.
That is so important. That is the very first thing I say when I'm at a table.
Yep. And here, like I said before, guys, I'd rather have 0 listings than 100 that won't sell. Now we talked about the appointment piece of it. Each appointment's 5 hours. Now, let's imagine you have 10 listings and all of them are overpriced. What are you spending all your time doing every week rather than prospecting? Servicing those listings, updating them on why it hasn't sold. And guess my market activity reports, if Maria and Pauline are on here, they've seen what they entail. They're detailed. It takes me about an hour to perform one properly. So if you've got 10 so now you spend 5 hours to get 10 overpriced listings each. That's 50 hours gone bye-bye. Now each week you have to spend an additional 5 hour for 10 listings. So another 10 hours putting market updates together. So 50, that's 10 out. So 60 hours just in getting ready for the appointment and then servicing them for the first week. How many times do you want to do that? I don't.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I did a research regarding that, and it say like a 64% of the inventory is going to be are in cancel way because overpricing properties in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a problem with that. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's because the Arizona's it's not shifting as bad as Florida, but it is shifting. Arizona's begun to shift. You guys are feeling the early warning signs. So it's imperative that you guys get ahead of that. You know, whether you're in the Phoenix suburbs, Gilbert, Scottsdale, whatever, Tucson, it's all shifting. And so, yeah, you're going to have 50, whatever the percentage is, 54, 60%, whatever it is, are not going to sell. And to Louise's point earlier, it hurts everybody. And here I'm going to focus on one person really quick. Every overpriced property in a shifting market, guys, makes the market correction that much worse. Because that is another piece of inventory that's not going to sell. Remember, supply, demand. So what I explain to clients is if you don't want to agree to position at a price that's going to cause it to sell in this market, you would be much better off not listing. Because if you have any hope, because Mr. Seller, you want the market to get better, right? Well, what happens if there's 1,000 people just like you who want to overprice and they don't sell? You are adding inventory to an already oversaturated market. You are making the market correction worse. So it hurts the listing agent, hurts the buyer's agents, because they're having to show overpriced property and write offers that don't get accepted. It hurts the seller because the value of their home's going down while it's not selling. It's bad all the way around.
I have new construction in my area, but I don't think I have as much new construction as you have in your area, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And I would venture to say some of our friends on here also have new construction.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the construction pricing is one of the leading indicators to what's going on in the market. And when we see the offers, the consumer offers increase with the builders, and we see the agent compensation increase with the builders, that's a sign.
So here's what I've always said. And I'll script it. So I'll give you guys, this is a script you're going to use with your seller clients. So when in order to sell a property, we have to sell it to three people: the buyer, the buyer's agent, and the bank appraiser. Okay, but the most important person we have to sell the property to is the buyer. To the buyer, we are just a can of beans on the shelf. In order to sell our property, we must offer more value than every other home we compete against. Otherwise, we're just going to help sell our competition. And guess what? They thank you. Do you know our biggest competitor? Do you know who our biggest competitor is? And they typically don't. I say it's new construction. Historically speaking, buyers are ready, willing, and able to pay at least 10% more for a new home just based on the fact that it's new. And guess what? The builders know the market's correcting just as much as we do. And guess what they're doing to sell their homes over yours? They're paying all the buyer's cost to close. They're buying the buyer's rates down. And they're paying realtors more money to sell the new construction. And then I do a little aside and I say, guess what happened in 04 through 09 when the housing market was crashing? I would make 8% one side just by dropping you off at adult daycare, AKA the sales center for new builds.
That's funny, adult.
Yeah, adult daycare, the sales center for a new build. 8% aside. So yes, the builders are going to do everything they can to sell their home over yours. And right now, yeah.
I was going to say, including their doors are open 7 days a week.
Right.
8 to 10, 12 hours a day.
Yep.
You're not.
Right. And to that point, right now, guys, this is the first time in recorded history, at least that I know of, and we've been doing this a really long time. This is the first time where new constructions, remember I said they'll pay at least 10% more. Traditionally, buyers are willing to pay 10 to 30% more for a new home based solely on the fact that it's new. It doesn't even have to be as nice as yours, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. They're not as discerning as you would think because all they care about is buying a payment. And the builders are ensuring that those payments are lower than yours would be. And they get to pick out some nice things. I said, but right now is the first time in recorded history where a buyer can buy a new home for less than yours. Because the builders are sitting on a backlog of inventory that they need to sell.
Our last two transactions, our last two new home transactions were buyers who did exactly that.
Yep.
They bought a construction home with a new car smell at a lower price than the resale.
Guys, it's crazy. One of my best friends wanted to buy an investment property. He was talking about buying a duplex, and I said, "Why the hell would you do that?" No, well, number one, and I'm just giving you a little investor's lesson real quick while I'm driving down. I'm opining on investors while I'm driving down the interstate. Nobody aspires to live in a duplex, guys. So you never manage the property. You manage the tenant that property attracts. So when in doubt, try to get a single family home, things that people want to live in, like aspire to live in. Everybody wants a home. So my best friend wanted to get a duplex. We talked and I showed him, I said, why not get a new build? And so we took him over right around the corner from our house, and there was a new build. He literally had to put zero money down, and the mortgage payment would be covered by the rent because he was using a VA loan. So they paid all of his buyer's cost to close. They were paying me 4%. They were buying his rate down to 3.9, I think it was, VA 3.9. They got the VA funding fee waived. He literally did not have to bring a penny to closing. He got a free house.
And he's renting it? Is that right?
Yeah, he's rent it out. He's going to rent it out.
Smart.
Yep. And you can rent it for $2,500. The mortgage payment's $22. So while it's not a huge cash flow cow, it'll carry itself. And
it's
for me, yeah, in the principal reduction. You got the tenants that are, and he gets the tax write-offs. And so, yeah, new construction is it right now. If you want to get into the investment world, and I'm not saying don't over leverage yourself, for Christ's sakes, don't over leverage yourself. We had enough of that in the last crash, but right now, new construction's on sale, and it makes a lot of sense for a lot of people.
Matt, what area specifically?
Well, we're in the Florida Gulf Coast, so Tampa, anywhere in the Florida Gulf Coast, anywhere. But anywhere where you're having like the big box builders. I know, maybe not right around Don, because Don's area is pretty well developed until you get further out into the desert. But like Tucson, south of like Tucson, around the suburbs of Tucson, Christ Almighty, they're going nuts. Actually, no, they're building around Phoenix too. They're going nuts around Phoenix.
The state bird is a crane.
Yeah,
meaning a construction crane.
Yeah. Well, because Cy, the home inspector's out there by you, and Cy the Sci-Fi Inspections. He's all over social media. He's the one that catches all the builders doing shady stuff. But yeah, I mean, any metropolitan area is most predominantly, except for California. I think that was Susan that asked. Yeah, you guys are screwed in California. California is broken.
We are very broken. Politics is broken.
Yeah, it's too expensive. And I don't, politics aside, financially speaking, California just doesn't make sense. It's broken. Like it doesn't register. It cannot compute. It's like when you get on a scale and it says error. It doesn't make, it's nonsensical. But any other major metropolitan area where there's new construction right now, it's on sale.
Okay. Anybody else have something?
Maria's compensation fee scenario.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, guys, I don't have a screen, so you can shut me up anytime.
Fine.
No, it's all good. Take notes here. This is a lot of experience coming down the pipe. Take notes.
I like this objection. The FSBO offer included 2.5%. Brings a buyer and I'll pay.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, Nina, never mind.
Yeah, that was mine. Well, the situation was I went to a FSBO and they asked me if I had a buyer. And he's told me I'm not paying more than 2.5%. So I get there and I said, okay, you're not paying more than 2.5%. So what I should have said was, when you say you're not paying more than 2.5%, what does that mean? Because what that meant was he's not paying more than 2.5% to the listing agent or to the to the buyer's agent. And I didn't realize that. So it kind of like got away from me. So I was wondering if there was a better way, when you go to a home for sale by owner, if you could, other than ask them to explain what they meant. And then I tried to explain to him, well, I would take the listing and you don't have to have the buyer's agent get paid. And he was like, oh, well, no, how am I going to get a buyer if I don't pay them? So I don't know. What's your feelings on that, Matt?
What do you get if it doesn't sell?
Zero, because the price was $750,000 what he wanted. And I did the values and it was like a 650 to 625 value for the house. So I wasn't going to take it for 750,000 anyway, because nobody would buy that house. Built
right.
in
So what? I'm asking him this.
Oh yeah.
When we have commission conversations, this is, what do you get if you do? What do you get if it doesn't sell?
The answer is a good question.
Yeah. So, and how many offers have you had in writing?
None.
Okay. Can you lose something you never had?
Nope.
Okay.
I was just looking for some feedback because I kind of like missed it, because I knew it was an overpriced listing and I wasn't. He had said he had sold in the past and all this other.
That's the conversation I'm having with him, though. Can you lose something you never had? Right. How many offers in writing have you had? None. Okay. So Mr.
Okay.
Seller, can I be really direct with you? We're
Okay.
talking about the brokerage fee is missing the forest through the trees. Because the commission aside,
Okay.
what are you going to do if it is keeping it? What are you going to do if you don't sell this home?
It was actually an inherited property from
Yeah,
his
so he's got
deceased
inheritor's curse.
Yeah. Yeah. From his
Yeah,
deceased. Well, he doesn't owe anything. It's
I
like 3 months
understand. That's
for
why
him.
it's called that's why it's called the inheritor's
Inherited
curse.
first. Okay.
They didn't invest anything in it, but they want 400% more than it's worth.
That is correct. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So all we do there, forget.
Okay.
See when this is for everybody. I don't know how many people are on the call, but for
27.
everybody. All right, everybody on the call. When commission comes up, we have to be very quick to not to check ourselves and not dive not Jefferson Fisher, who is a litigation attorney, communications coach. I love him. He's a mentor of mine, and he talks about just because you're invited to an argument doesn't mean that you have to take it. In other words, every fight that you're invited to, you don't have to engage. Well, whenever they give commission objections or say things like that, you don't have to speak to that necessarily. When the objection comes up, I want to know, okay, gotcha. Well, hey, when the home, I'm paying 2.5%, whatever it is. Okay, well, where are you going when the home sells? So we go back to, well, and when would you like it sold by? Okay. And what is your plan if it's not sold?
Okay.
You don't have to take the bait of the commission.
I got it.
And I'm not like trying to play mental masturbation mind games with you. You don't have to take the bait. Because what, and hear me clearly, and I think Maria's on the call. I think I heard her voice.
Yeah.
She and I talked about like a high level conversation the other day that she had with a for sale by owner. But who gives a crap what the commission is if the property doesn't sell? Right? Like you get 100% of nothing. So why are we going to focus on this intangible? Because the commission is an intangible number at that point. Because if it doesn't sell, you guys just spent 20 minutes bickering back and forth, right?
Right. That is correct.
So get to the root of it. He inherited the property.
Yes.
What happens if it doesn't sell? Do you know the answer to that?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
That's where so Maria, I think Maria would attest. That's where you drill, right?
Yes.
That's where you drill.
Okay.
What happens if it doesn't sell?
Right.
And because every other realtor, I guarantee you, is gonna get caught on the commission trap,
Like
and they're
me.
gonna try. Right. Well, they're gonna try to
Me.
negotiate. Yeah, negotiate around that. Like,
Mhm.
why do we give a crap what that number is? That number could be 100. And the analogy I used the other day with Maria when I was coaching her, that number could be 100%, but if it doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. Meaning the commission could be 100% of your net sale proceeds or whatever the sales price is. I could charge you $750,000 in commission, but if you don't sell the property, it's nothing. So
That is true.
right. What is the plan if
Okay.
you don't sell this?
I got caught up, Matt, at the commission argument.
That's all right. We all do. We all do. So right. So when that I think I even gave a scenario to Maria where I was like, all right, well, let's put the commission aside for a second. So 5%, whatever it is, let's put it aside for a second. Is keeping this home an option? Start to have be an advocate for them. Be a fiduciary. Like help them solve a problem. Because I guarantee you, if you help them solve the effing problem, excuse my French, they don't really care how much you get paid. If you actually help them solve the problem. And here's my last disclaimer. he might not have a problem that he needs you to solve.
Okay.
What did you say,
Did you-
Matt, after let's put that aside for a second?
Well, let's put the commission aside for a second. Because it could be 100%, but if you don't sell the property, it doesn't matter what the commission is.
But you said
So,
something else.
well, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but but if what I was implying there is, let's put the commission aside for a second. Is keeping this property an option?
That's what it was.
Okay.
Right. What is your plan if it doesn't sell? Like,
Okay.
put the commission aside for a second. What is the plan if it doesn't sell? Is keeping the home an option?
Got it.
Beautiful. It's 2:01. My phone's been blowing up because it's a Friday. Don, I've made you host, and I will look forward to seeing everyone on Monday for Recon. Have a great weekend.
We'll be at family reunion, so I'll see you Tuesday.
Are we going to still have the Recon?
He said Recon was coming from family reunion on Monday. He didn't mention Tuesday. Actually, I'm flying back I won't see you till Wednesday.
Okay.
I don't know. Why don't you text him and see if he plans on doing it Tuesday morning? He may be flying back. I don't know.
Well, I'm not going
Yeah.
to family reunion. I can do it if you guys would like. I'll mention
Well,
it.
I'll be on. I'll be around the
Okay.
office.
We're covered.
We
Come
will
back, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks
like
for
I've
making-
interrupted you guys earlier, you guys. I got to speaking to someone who's put over $200,000 in a house. Everything's wrong. The studs are completely shot. Everything's wrong. It's just
Sounds
2
like a
months
fun
of-
one.
Yeah. Another thing about California, since the 60s, they've been saying that it would be an act of God that California would fall into the ocean, but it wasn't. It was an act of poor government management that made us all go into the ocean. So we floated into the ocean, you guys. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thanks,
Yep.
Kevin.
God bless you all. You're all you're just amazing. You're just amazing people. So
Well,
thank
we're
you.
all making us better.
Yeah.
Each one of us is making.
My entire life, I've never been around anybody like you guys. I'm not. I've missed out so much in my life. Lucky
That's all right.
Lucky I stopped counting at 39.
That's all right. Hey, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time was today. So
Yes, sir. We're doing it.
This is all that matters. In closing, was there anything else anybody needed from me before I jump?
Thank you, Matt.
All right.
Just so you know, Matt, starting Monday, I'm gonna be kicking up some dust over here.
All right.
So
I look forward to it.
I'll be with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, and we'll connect more offline. I got your email, so we'll connect.
Thank you, everybody. Louise, thank you. God bless you all. Bye bye.